Abel and Cain, a biblical story. Once upon a time, in a world filled with colors and magic, lived two brothers named Abel and Cain. They resided in a land surrounded by colorful flowers, friendly animals, and lush green fields. Their lives were an adventure full of discoveries, but like all stories, there were challenges to face. Abel and Cain helped their parents take care of the animals and crops. Each day was a new opportunity to learn something new and appreciate the wonders around them. But even though they were brothers, Abel and Cain were different from each other. Abel loved caring for animals. He spent his time playing with fluffy lambs and cheerful birds, always with a smile on his face. Cain, on the other hand, enjoyed working in the fields, planting seeds, and harvesting juicy fruits. Despite their differences, the two brothers loved each other very much. One day, when it was time to offer gifts to God, Abel chose the cutest lambs from his flock, while Cain selected the finest fruits and vegetables from his garden. They brought these gifts with happy hearts, hoping for God's approval. God, who loved both brothers equally, looked at the gifts with affection. He was pleased to see the love that Abel and Cain put into their offerings. However, God noticed that Cain's heart was a bit sad, perhaps because he didn't choose what he truly loved. Instead of being happy for his brother, Cain let the sadness grow in his heart. He didn't realize that God valued the love and intention behind the gifts more than the gifts themselves. This sadness began to transform Cain's feelings, leading him down a dangerous path. One day, while the two brothers were in the field, Cain's sadness turned into jealousy and anger. He began to question why God seemed to favor Abel. These dark feelings started to cast shadows over his heart. God, seeing Cain's heart, spoke to him with love and wisdom. He said, "Cain, why are you angry? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it." God was showing Cain that the choice of how to act was in his hands. He had the power to choose the path of goodness and overcome his negative feelings. But, unfortunately, Cain didn't heed God's loving voice. Instead, he allowed anger and jealousy to dominate him. One day, while in the field, Cain invited Abel for a walk. Unfortunately, during the stroll, Cain let his dark feelings guide his actions. In a moment of anger, he did something terrible and hurt his own brother. When God saw what happened, he felt sadness for Cain's heart, now filled with remorse. God rebuked him but also showed compassion, protecting Cain from severe retaliation. Cain, full of regret, realized the value of life and the importance of choosing the right path. God forgave him, and with compassion, marked Cain so that no one would harm him. Cain set out on a journey, learning that choosing love and kindness always leads to a brighter path. This tale of Abel and Cain teaches us about the importance of choosing love over jealousy, kindness over anger. Even when we make mistakes, God is always ready to forgive us and guide us to a better path. And so, the two brothers, Abel and Cain, leave us with a valuable lesson. That even in tough choices, love and kindness are always the right ways to go.